joining us here on SportsRadio610.com. This week the Texans are off, but the NFL has been the talk of the town, the talk of the country, really, as the NFL has sounded a warning siren for NFL players that helmet-to-helmet hits on defenseless receivers are going to be strictly enforced now. Not just a flag, not just a fine, but it's a suspendable offense. Rich and I both agree that this has been a long time coming, and they have to take this step, but a lot of people feel like it's going to change the game.
Well, one thing that you got to be clear on first off is that they're not making new rules. They're not changing the rules. They're enforcing existing rules that were loosely enforced prior to this. So I'm totally okay with it. And with what we've learned over the last 3 to 5 years with regard to head trauma and repeated blows to the head and what it does to the long-term health of these players, I'm all for any measures that reduce or minimize the likelihood of head-to-head contact. Now, I know helmet-to-helmet contact is inherent in the sport in some areas of football, but it's guys launching themselves, leading with the crown of their helmets, that has to be absolutely abolished from the sport as far as I'm concerned. And I also know, Robert, it's not an easy task. It's not going to happen overnight. I think it's something that might take a full generation of football players to change in the sport itself. These kids need to be taught at a younger age a safe way to tackle and what the unsafe ways you need to avoid tackling a player are.
Yeah, I think kids are taught that, though, at the lower levels. It's just that they see their idols, the NFL players on the field, all going for the highlight reel hit. I mean, these guys want to be on SportsCenter. They want to be on the NFL's hardest hits.
And the reason
they want to blow up receivers.
And the reason they're going for the highlight reel hit is the exposure and the money, of course. I mean, if you're a good form tackler, as Rodney Harrison said, I mean, you're not going to be a star in the NFL. But if you're a guy who launches himself, gets on the highlights, gets that tough guy image, that assassin image, you're going to have a high profile, you're going to make a lot of money. But with the NFL saying it's going to suspend players, and they've already fined some players some serious cash for making these hits, they're going to de-glamorize this outlaw method of playing the sport, and that's a good thing.
And I think the suspensions, once the suspensions start and you have people suspended, players suspended, then you're going to see players adjust how they play the game. I don't think it's a bad thing for the NFL. It just takes a little getting used to. Thanks for joining us here on SportsRadio610.com.